Sounds good. It'll be really smooth. It's not going to be awkward at all.
Chair.
Exactly. I'll let collapse the chairs. Okay, folks. Yeah, cool. Oh man, are we live, Katie? Oh, good. Good morning. Good morning, Connecting Clarkston. We're live here at the Brady Lodge at Baycourt Park. So you can see behind us. Some of you may know it's been renovated within the last year or so, and it's a really cool event space. They've got spring break camp set up behind us. And it's just a really neat venue that's open to the community for various events. And that's kind of the theme of today's live. It's events and community gathering and all sorts of things, community. So first, we have Rudy and Angela here from M59 Party Rentals. Did I say that right?
59 Party Rentals.
59 Party. Oh, I added a little M in there. Okay. 59 Party Rentals. And so this is like the perfect time to sit and chat with them, because I know a lot of you who have graduates and are planning your grad party. Maybe you're freaking out a little bit because it's a lot to do. Maybe you have a wedding. Maybe you have any kind of kid event. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But it is like party planning season right now.
We just asked them when is the right time to rent your party tent, and what did you say?
Yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, you should have saw this yesterday. Yes. We'll go back and record it yesterday. But thanks for chatting with us. So you guys were saying before you didn't start in the party rental business. What do you guys do in your other lives?
So I'm an IT portfolio manager.
Okay.
And I work at Clarkston Auto. I'm a painter over there.
So how did you end up in the party planning space?
Well, I mean, our house has always been the place that everybody ends up at. We're natural entertainers coming from a huge family. So we started off as like carport parties. Because we have a carport at our house, and everybody would be like, let's come over for a carport party. And then as our family grew and expanded, our party hosting expanded as well. And when our family members were having events, they would call us and ask us to borrow all of our stuff. And so with us being in customer service industry and just like the natural party planning stuff, we were like, this is a good fit. So we just had a conversation one day and we're like, let's do it. And the rest is history.
How long have you been doing this?
So we're just hitting the 2-year mark officially. Yeah. But we've been doing it pretty much since we've been married. We've been married 17 years. Oh, wow. So we've always been those people that just plan and help and coordinate stuff for everyone. So we just kind of turned it into a business.
Yeah, that sounds
awesome.
Yeah.
And
so what do you guys provide? What are all the things you guys do for parties?
So we do tents, tables, and chairs for the basic. We do accessories, sidewalls, and then we have some partnerships or combination packages with some catering companies. So it's like a one-stop shop. So that way you can just book it right out the gate.
That is nice. We were talking about that before, how like that package, because it's really overwhelming planning some of these big events.
It is.
I saw you had that package where you just one shop, like you just get the food, you get the tent, the chairs, tables. I mean, that is pretty amazing.
Yeah, we're trying to do that, and we're trying to like spotlight other businesses that we've worked with, just to try and make it easier for our clients, because you never know like who to pick or whether it's going to be a good fit. So we're just trying to give a bunch of different options for people that follow.
So one of the things Ann and I have been doing with our podcast and everything we're doing is basically trying to connect kind of the community and that sense of community. And I feel like recently I've seen you guys get really involved. I'm seeing your logo, which I do love your logo, popping up everywhere. So just this last weekend, did you co-sponsor?
With Breakfast Ball Golf Sim. They had a tournament out there, and we helped them out with some tables and stuff. So helped them out with there.
And through card. We did for Through Card. They had a launch party and a networking event.
So what is Through Card, and where are they located?
So Through Card is more of a internet presence.
Okay.
So it is a business that you actually have a card, and you can like tap it to your phone, and you can actually just share your contact information through there.
Oh, that's
a digital.
It's a digital business card.
Okay.
And they have other stuff on the site, like you can do updates on there, any specials you guys got going on, or
Yeah, and
anything
it can
like
also
that,
give
kinda-
you a web page as well through that. So we just thought it was great. We actually have our own through card with them.
Nice.
So we just wanted to show some
Support,
love and
yeah.
some tables.
And I think too, you're active with the Waterford Area Chamber of Commerce,
Yeah,
right?
they're all so great. We love all of those girls.
Yeah.
We've done Uncorked event. We've done Movie Palooza. I mean, both of them were so much fun. I mean, the Uncorked event was great for me, and the Movie Palooza was great for the kids.
Is your season, is it spring through fall, I'm assuming? And do you ever have any winter events that you set up for?
Not really like tent setups, obviously, but we do like table rentals and chairs for holiday parties. People have, for Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Trying to do some little specials, high tops
People
and
need
stuff
high
like
top,
that.
stuff
Do you
like that.
have a minimum number of people, like guests, that you would do your party setup for, or a maximum?
Minimum, no, not so much. I mean, so we don't exclude small gatherings. We'll deliver 2 tables or have it where somebody can pick them up, or just a few chairs, because not everybody's having a grand event.
Yeah.
For the
For
maximum,
the max, we do about 100. We got our 20 by 40. We do about 100 people.
Okay.
So seating wise, right around there. But we have kind of made them together too, to make it like an L
we
shape.
have
to get, like,
extenders
different
so
one.
that we can
Different
get
setups.
to
different way to
over
set 'em up.
200. We've done events for over 200 or 300 people, just depending on how you have everything set up. Because we've done it where all of our tents are booked out for one event specifically.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes if you have a grand celebration, we'll just bring everything.
And you're moving in, and
Yeah, just send us snacks and water.
do you guys do all the work yourselves? Do you have a crew? Is it you and your kids? Like, how does it all work out?
Majority, it's
Us and-
us and
You
our
guys,
kids.
yeah.
Kids, nephews.
Okay.
All
All the people that went to your carport party.
Yes,
they're
exactly.
Exactly.
helping out.
A few friends will help us here and there, but majority of the time it's just us. And then we bring on, for those events that are a little bit larger, we need extra hands, we'll just bring on some extra hands for those days.
Wow, that's amazing.
I did want to mention too, so we have you guys listed in our app, and right now under the deals and giveaway section, there is a code for a discount, and I think it was $50 off of quite a few of your packages. So if you do need 10 or 30 rentals, make sure you go to the app, go into deals and giveaways, and grab that code, because that's a really nice deal.
Yeah, just sharing.
What is if someone wants to get in touch with you guys, what's your contact info, the best way to get in connection?
Anyway, so our phone number is
248-251-0650.
I have too many phone numbers.
Or they can reach us at the website, 59 Party Rentals, and the email is .com, and then the email is info@59partyrentals.com.
So it must get, I'm just picturing you have these full-time jobs and then another full-time job. I mean, how do you wrangle it all in this season?
Very busy.
We just stay very, very busy, and we have a great network. We have awesome people around us that help us with our kids or with our events, and shout out to our people.
I do want to say that you guys are, I feel like the communication is super fast. You're super responsive.
Yay!
I hate when I contact a business and then I don't hear back from them, and then like a week or two later I'm like searching in my inbox, like, did I miss something? I feel like I contacted you guys maybe through Instagram or Facebook, and really fast response. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely try. We're trying to make sure we're following all of our options. Our direct messages and emails, and even on our phone too. A lot of people will text us, and text is great. I mean, we can take phone calls too, no problem. But like a text is a message, and we can go back to. So if you have something that you want to do, that's an option as well. Everybody texts now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yeah. Do you feel like there are, is this like hey, weekends are booking up, you better call us ASAP? Are we in that moment already?
We're getting there. We're getting there, yes. Very much so.
Now is the time.
Now is the time. Yesterday is great. But that's kind of how we're feeling that. I mean, there are availabilities on the weekends. I mean, we may have to like kind of move for the Sundays, or move to another day if we're booked up on that specific day.
I'm sure that goes with any kind of party planning service that you're going to need, especially grad parties.
Yeah.
You're going to want to book that now, immediately. Yeah.
And the other thing too is we actually do like site evaluations, so that helps because a lot of the time you have no idea like what is a 20 by 20 tent, like how does it look?
Right.
You don't have what you need, so we'll come out and we'll stake it and we'll show you exactly what it looks like on your property, if it's too hilly or not. So I mean, I feel like that's something that we thought would benefit people because a lot of services or a lot of companies don't really offer that. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can.
I think that's helpful.
Yeah, it's hard to envision what it could look like.
Yeah.
Give you an idea of where at, or if you're not sure, like she was saying, something like there's a hill or a dip here, or people aren't sure. Say we come out there and measure it out.
And then the day of, you don't have any surprises either.
Exactly, and it helps us in the long run too.
Yes.
So we know what we're walking into.
Yeah,
when we get there.
that's good. Well, good. And this is your second. You're coming into your third full year. Is this what this is?
We're coming into our second
full year.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're doing all the things right.
We're trying.
Is this going to is the idea this will be the full time gig? Is this the goal? And
probably more so
for
for
him.
me.
yeah, for you. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So something
Exciting.
I'm trying to just take over and go with. So
Yeah, and you said your kids are involved in your community. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, we have a great circle.
Good for you guys. Yeah. I'd like to come to the carport party.
Yeah.
Putting that out there. Like,
We're a good time.
still doing these things.
Oh yeah.
Seems like you are. Well, we appreciate you guys being here, and we will make sure all of your information is on the website. I mean, our Instagram and the app. Please check it out on the Connecting Clarkston.
Oh, and online too. If they go on our website, we do. You can book too on the website.
Oh, right through the
right.
website.
Right through the website.
Okay.
So if you if you just
Check
want to go on, check it out and then see if it's
Yeah.
available, and then you can just go ahead and put a deposit. Everything's done. It's super easy to do that too.
So you get a party tent rental and an invite to the carport party. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but maybe, just maybe. These guys are great, and so go M59 party. Nope, 59 party rental.
59.
Why do I guess? Okay, 59. I know.
That is why it has its name, right?
Yeah.
I'm not making that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there is a combo.
There's a
with that.
connection.
Yeah.
Well, here's our super amazing transition that you're waiting for.
Thank you.
So, well, don't leave. This is my super amazing transition.
Okay.
So we're talking all things events.
Yes.
And we have someone special waiting in the wings to talk about a very important community event that's coming up. So it's kind of like all this community stuff. You guys were talking about your community of people and parties connect people. And so Linda's going to come and chat with us about an event you don't want to miss. And that's our smooth transition.
There it is.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. You guys are great.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, here we go. And that was really smooth, yes?
Yeah, super smooth.
Probably not, but whatever. We tried.
Professional.
And we were talking about your last name, so maybe you could say it. You could do the introduction, so I don't goof it up.
Do we have to spell it too?
I don't think so.
It's Sabarcha.
Sabarcha. Okay. Well, this is exciting news too for our community, the Clarkston community, because we're here and we're going to talk about the community garden. Which, how long was the community garden on Stickney and Pine Arbor? How long was it in operation before COVID? Do you remember?
The property was acquired in, I think, '98, but it has a long history of farming there.
Yeah.
So it's like we're continuing the tradition of farming on that piece of property. So I don't remember the exact year, but it's more than 10 years that when they first started it. So actually, before it was a community garden, Bob McGowan, who does Plant a Row at behind Independence Elementary. He had people up there for 2 years doing that. Plant a row, donate the food. And then we had someone from MSU who had to do their master project for their master gardener, and they worked with Extension and started the garden. So in existence for 10 plus years, COVID, and it closed. And we're starting all over again. Mother Nature has taken a hold of the property there, and it's back to meadowland. It's overgrown. This summer, all the weeds and invasive species were taller than me, and all the little rabbits and turkeys and deer were having a great time out there. So it's just going back. The deer fence is down. You can't even tell there was a garden anymore. There was a beautiful garden at the entrance with a beautiful entranceway. Everything's just fallen into disrepair. So we're starting all over. We've already started our tilling, but there's a ton of work left to do between now and May when people are going to want to plant. It's a big undertaking.
Well, so to restart the garden, you're having this gala event, right?
Yes.
And tell us about this event to kind of kickstart this effort.
Yeah. So we're having a shabby chic garden gala. It's going to be here at the lodge. We have some representatives coming from Lansing, our state representatives. We've got some local people, our Oakland County Commissioner. We've invited Mr. Bouchard. We haven't had a response back. We'll have some really good music entertainment, walking hors d'oeuvres, silent raffle, and thank you for your donation. Yes, a photo booth. So that should be lots of fun. We can get some pictures of our state representatives smiling with a pitchfork or something in their hands. So I'm waiting.
I had not thought of that, but that is perfect.
Like Green Acres.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a pair of super big, bib overalls that anybody can get into.
So it's like fancy and overalls with a pitchfork.
Yeah,
I
so
see it.
I'm going to have some fun with people getting them in that booth. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. We have the beginning of the gala is an hour for VIPs. They can buy a table, meet with the VIPs, get a look, an early look at the silent auction items. We also have different levels of sponsorship, so if anybody's interested in that, they can go out to Independence Township's website, look under Parks, Recs, and Seniors, and find out about the gala and the garden. And I have to put a big shout out for the Rotary, because they're rocking me and they're helping us with all the logistics, talking about party planning that people who haven't been doing big parties don't think about, like how many tables can you fit, how should you place them, where's the band going to go. So the Rotary has all that experience from like their wine and tasting event over at Board Eyes. They're helping us sell tickets, so big shout out to them.
When is the gala?
May 8th, yes, from 6 to 8.
And how much are tickets?
Oh, we have a whole range of tickets starting at $100 for individuals, and then it goes up, and we have different levels of sponsorship as well. Okay. We can post, maybe.
Yes, for
post
sure.
information.
So we have put links for 59 Party Rentals and the gala on our website, connectingclarkston.com, which you can definitely go to their websites directly, but I thought that might be an easy place to direct people. Yeah,
we're looking forward to this event as a good, solid fundraiser for us. A shout out again to the Rotary, because we did get a grant from them, and then their parent organization matched half of that. So we have enough money to put up a Deer Funds. The Deer Funds itself is $5,000. And you can think about the price of lumber now for putting in the boards and stuff. So we're hoping this gala is going to just spin out the bucks, and we're going to be in good shape. We're going to start small this year. I'm trying to control myself with that and limit it mostly to, this donation garden where we'll raise produce that will go to the lighthouse, keep the food in our community. They don't have any fresh produce that they get now for their boxes of food, so they're just tickled to death to get this. And then the plots for people to rent. But, this kind of weaves into what you're talking about with community, right? I'd like to see that as a community space. And I said I'm trying to keep it simple, but we have some little Cub Scouts coming out the first week of April. They're going to do a volunteer badge, so we're going to put them to work out there. And then Everest does a volunteer weekend. So we have a group of girls that will be coming out on the 8th. We're going to do a pilot with a camp with Independence Elementary, hopefully partnering with Oakland County Parks and a naturalist, and have them come out there. So when we think about that land, it's 33 acres. It's beautiful. It's a couple open acres of open land, but then it's all glacial moraine. So you got those steep hills and the kettle ponds where all the water's running down. It's beautiful, and it's open, mature forest. So although there aren't trails out there now, you can walk around back there. So it could be for people who want to go in the woods, or it's a great birding place. I mean, because we're going to maintain a lot of the area that's open but not garden. I see a lot of birds there I don't see at home because I live in the woods. So there you're seeing more of the meadow birds. But it's, hedged in with the woods. So we have hawks, pileated woodpeckers, all kinds of interesting. So I'd like to see it as a gathering place. We're going to try to get our therapeutic rec program to come up and enjoy the garden. There's tons of volunteer opportunities for people in the community. who need to earn volunteer hours. For example, you're a master gardener. You need to keep your certificate up. You're an honor student. Some people just want to get out, get some fresh air, some exercise. It's quiet up there. You can just chill. So it's an opportunity to do a lot of different things.
I was just looking at a couple things this morning, and one of the things I was adding to the app is the Community Impact Weekend.
Yes.
And I would think there could be a good partnership there as well.
Yes, and actually we started cleaning up the garden a year ago. So our first Impact Weekend got washed out. It was rainy and cold, and I'm like, we're not doing this. But we did in the fall, and we did massive amount of work. Taking all, people had started, the deer fence had started to fail, so people had started putting up their own boundaries. They had trellises. The rotten boards were still laying around, so we got a dumpster, we cleaned it out. So we are included in Impact Weekend this month, or excuse me, in April next month, on the 26th on Saturday. And we'll probably do things like put the boards together for the garden outlines. We're going to have a lot of pass, cardboard, wood chips. I want to maintain our carbon footprint and keep it low as much as we can. So again, there will be tons of things for people to do. It's a great place. We always have a lot of fun. And I think the thing about, Impact Weekend is, I think last year in the fall we had like 600 participants. They do everything, clean up people's gardens. Last year they put in a ramp, a wheelchair ramp. And I find that, I worked the heck out of people last year, but I don't want to dissuade anybody from joining.
They loved it. The volunteers loved it.
They do. But at the end of the day, it was a team. And everybody just was like...
I personally feel like if I volunteer for an event, I want to have something I'm working on. I hate when I go to volunteer and there's just not enough to do.
Right.
So
or there's too many people.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be great. I was talking to the teacher from Everest, and she's like, I want the girls to feel like they accomplished something. And I said, guess what? Have them come up. Pick vegetables. Take them over to the lighthouse. Know that they're feeding somebody, and they're going to have a full belly.
That's great.
What could be more tangible?
So the community garden is run by volunteers, correct or no?
No, the township has invested in a part-time position this year.
That's you.
Yep.
I didn't know. Okay, that's amazing.
Yep. I'm the Clarkston Community Garden Manager. It's me, myself, and I. But as Katie can attest, some of the township employees are getting pulled in to do the tilling and that kind of stuff. So, and Lisa has been very, very generous with her time in helping us with our committee for our Gala event here at the lodge. So again, it's building another community.
Yeah, I love it. And so when do you anticipate the plots will be available for community to rent? If they rent them, correct?
Yes, and so we will have our first gardener orientation on Impact Weekend before our event starts at the garden. And then we'll have another one after Mother's Day. And that'll give people an idea to, take a look around and kind of get themselves oriented. And if they haven't bought seeds, they can start thinking about their garden layout. What am I going to put here? Meet their neighbors. Again, opportunity to build a community. Learn from each other, make new friends. So we'll do that. And then it's up to them when they want to plant. So generally here in this area, we say after Mother's Day. However, I will be out there before Mother's Day. Actually, I planted in the fall, I planted garlic, and they're coming up already. Just planted some spring onions out there. So there are some cold-tolerant plants that they can start before Mother's Day. But if you put in something like zinnias, and you get a little bit of cold, they're going to go, and that's under your zinnias. So I'm going to leave it up to them. I can give them a range of the dates and the percentage of actual frost during those days. That's how they do the frost dates.
Are you also a master gardener?
No, I am not a master gardener. However, I think that this winter, that's something I'm going to work on as a credential.
Oh, neat,
so no, I've just self-taught. I have a son who went to MSU and got a certificate for one of their programs there, and I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
You know, like soil management, some things I hadn't been thinking about, but knew intuitively.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
Is your dad's biophilic group
Yes.
still meeting?
Yeah, so my dad he's a master gardener, has a company called Native Lakescapes, and they do shoreline restoration. But he has a group that he works with, the environmental club at the high school. Oh, the biophilic team.
Yeah.
So we could maybe connect that and
Yes.
get some additional volunteers, and I think it's like what we're doing, just spreading the word,
Yep.
raising awareness.
Yep,
And,
yep.
so
I was talking to the camp director this week, and we were talking about the LIT students, their leadership and training, and they volunteer. We need some volunteers to help with Gala. So great opportunity for them. They're going to meet some people from Lansing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a different kind of experience for them, right? They're going to have to help at the entrance where people are coming in, help with the dispersal of our silent auction items. So it's just like unlimited. That's why I'm trying to control myself.
Well, I was thinking about it. So Ann and I hosted a Clarkstonopoly release party at the Clarkston Family Farm, and I remember one of the ladies who was helping us set up was telling us how she used to have a plot at the garden, and when the garden closed, like how sad she was. And I think there were a lot of people that felt very connected to that. Have you seen a lot of those
Yes.
people come back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually the township have maintained a mailing list.
Okay.
So we've reached out to them, and a lot of return gardeners coming. And we've changed the configuration a lot, because I remember I used to garden up there. And a 10 by 10 plaque is one of the sizes we offer. The other's a 10 by 20. 10 by 10 is good if you're a novice, and we have novices, and they've warned me. But we have other experienced gardeners, and they're like, I want more space, so we have 10 by 20. And that was something I found out when I was up there, is I wanted more space. So right now it's really nice because we can accommodate. We haven't put the boards up, so if we need more 10 by 20 than we're planning, we can put them in. But for the novice gardener, I'll be there. I'm going to help. And even for the experienced gardener, if they have an infestation and they don't know how to control it organically, I'll help them. And if I can't get an answer,
In the past, was there somebody overseeing it, like yourself?
yes,
There was.
Yes,
Okay.
but he was a volunteer.
Okay.
Yes, so he was up there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim Tessler.
Got it.
Yeah, he was.
I'm so excited. I remember going there and doing the gardening years and years ago, so I'm excited you're bringing it back.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah,
great.
you'll have to come up and see my flower patch.
Yeah.
It'll be really pretty. People will be up there. You guys will be doing your podcast from
We'll
the
do it from the garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll have
Sign
to
us
come
up.
visit. You'll have to volunteer. For
sure.
Yeah.
Come pick some vegetables for the lighthouse.
Absolutely. So tell us again where everyone can find more information about the gala, about the garden, about all the things that are happening.
You can come to the township offices. You can call the township offices. You can reach out to me at LZ as in zebra, B as in boy, A as in apple, R as in Richard, C as in Charlie, H as in Henry, A as in apple, at INDTWP.com. That's a mouthful. So just call the township.
Yeah.
Or show up. Or come up to the garden. I'll be up there most of the time. I'm a part-time employee, but I'll probably be up there, most of the week anyways. And it's not really very accessible at this point, but that's something I want to work on next year.
Yeah.
Is this accessibility.
Yeah.
So
great.
yeah, so
Well,
welcome. Come
Thanks
to the
for-
garden.
Thanks for bringing that back. I think
Yeah,
it's a really
I'm
important
excited.
part of the community. And thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank
We
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me here. It was
And we'll
fun.
see you all at the gala here.
Yeah.
Before we go, a couple things I wanted to mention. Smooth.
We are all about smooth
Yes,
transitions.
very smooth. So was it this week or last week? My days are blurred. Last week, where we did a podcast episode about pinwheels for prevention.
Yes,
So that's getting ready to start April 1st. We've linked that on our website. If you want to get involved with that or order your pinwheels, that's coming up quickly. Anne is working on a project with Emma's Helping Hands. And so we just filmed a podcast episode on Monday, and that'll be out tomorrow. But Emma's Helping Hands Do you want to explain it?
Well, yeah, and just real briefly, it's a charity started by a friend of mine with her family, originally from Zambia. So she is collecting used old prescription glasses. So it's sunglasses, readers, any kind of old prescription glasses you have laying around. I mean, I know I have a ton and I don't know what to do with them. And so they're collecting them, and they run a medical clinic, and they also are this year bringing glasses to the people in Zambia. So we're setting up collection sites in a few different locations around town. So
For sure, we know about Deer Lake Athletic Club, right?
Yeah.
And then Dr. Gary Fitney's office on Stashua.
And the Goddard School,
Yes.
and then a couple more. So we'll be putting those up. But yeah, the collection we're doing is the first 2 weeks in April.
Yeah.
So that's
coming up. Community Impact Weekend. We just talked about that. They're looking for volunteers. We've linked that on our website, Connecting Clarkston. And then we also just added a directory of upcoming Easter events of things happening locally. So check that out. ConnectingClarkston.com. Lots of good info. And of course on the Connecting Clarkston app.
The app is free. Lots of info.
Download.
All right. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right,
Thanks,
thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
All righty. As always, we